Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya श्री राधा माधव की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलां श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगन ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे। Hare Krishna devotees. Today we are reading from a transcendental diary travels with His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada by Harisauri Dasa from August 1976 to October 1976. September 13th, 1976, we are in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Hamsaduta Maharaja has asked Srila Prabhupada if he can record him singing some bhajans. He wants to make a record for Sankirtana distribution. Prabhupada has agreed, despite the fact that he has great difficulty speaking very much at the moment due to his high blood pressure. So, at about 6 a.m. this morning, Hamsaduta set up some simple recording equipment in Srila Prabhupada's bedroom. His Divine Grace played the harmonium and recorded Hari Hari Bhipale. Harikesha Swami accompanied him on Mridanga and I played the kartals. Prabhupada classes are becoming noticeably shorter. His high blood pressure makes it a strain for him to speak for an extended period. Still, long or short, his speaking is imbued with the same depth and power, and his realizations illuminate the text and the hearts of the devotees. This morning's verse described the lamentation of Draupadi for her 5 dead sons. Prabhupada began by making a special observation. Draupadi's 5 sons were killed, 5 sons by 5 husbands. You know the history of Draupadi. She had 5 husbands, which is forbidden nowadays. Although in some hilly districts, still this system is current that one woman has 5 or 6 husbands. This practice was there even in high circle, that is now forbidden. He told us how Draupadi came to have 5 husbands. So when Draupadi was gained by Arjuna, the five Pandavas were in the forest incognito. So when they come to their mother in jubilation, they exclaimed, "Mother, we have got a very nice jewel." So mother said, "All right, my dear sons, enjoy it, all of you five." Soon the order of mother they accepted Draupadi as a common wife, but that does not mean she had many sons, only five sons by the five husbands, one son for each of them. That is also another system, not competition that each husband will produce dozens of children. No. Prabhupada said it was natural for Draupadi to lament even though she and her husbands were directly connected to Krishna, they still had to undergo suffering. Not that because one is Krishna conscious, there will be no material suffering. Actually, those who are Krishna conscious, they have no material suffering, although it appears that they are suffering. They are not suffering, basically. They can accept any so-called suffering and accept it as mercy of Krishna. Tattenukampam susamikshmano bhunjana eva krutam vipakam. And he rather thanks Krishna that I had to suffer many more times, but you have minimized it, giving me little suffering. So it is your mercy. And if anyone lives on that attitude, everything taken as Krishna's mercy, then he is guaranteed to go back home, back to Godhead. Mukti pade sa dayabhak. Dayabhak means he is going back to home, back to Godhead. He is exactly like the inheritance of property by the son. We should learn from the Pandavas that Krishna was always present with them. Still, they had to suffer so much material tribulations. They were never unhappy. Neither they requested Krishna that, my dear friend Krishna, you are always with us. Still, we had to suffer. Never expressed that. That is pure devotion. Never try to take benefit from Krishna. Simply try to give benefit to Krishna. This is pure devotion. So here Srila Prabhupada explaining that if you see Krishna is very dear to Pandavas. Why? Because of their devotion that makes them dear to Krishna. In the relationships, Kauravas also relative to Krishna as well as Pandavas also relative to relatives to Krishna. But why Pandavas are so dear to Krishna than the Kauravas? Because of their pure devotion. So, how many know people? Do you know who is Draupadi? You, Prabhu? No, Draupadi. Who is Draupadi? Okay, I will tell you. So, how many Pandavas? Five. Like who are Yudhishthir, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. Draupadi, in her previous life, she was very chaste wife, very chaste wife. So she one time she prayed to Lord Shiva, like husband, 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 like five times she prayed. So Lord Shiva accepted her desire, and he told that okay, you will get husbands. So in that way, she got five husbands. But she is very chaste. You may ask that how will be she chaste if she has five husbands? Because she came from the fire, her birth. She is the daughter of Drupada. That's why her name is Draupadi. Basically, we take birth from mother's womb, but she came from the fire. So she begot one son from one husband. So she had five sons, and five sons were killed by Aswathama. Aswathama was son of Dronacharya. Dronacharya was uh, guru of these Pandavas and Kauravas. Guru means he was very expert in military science. So he taught Arjuna, Yudhishthira, Bhima, and how to shoot the arrows, all these things. So Aswathama was always inclined to have friendship with Kauravas, Duryodhana. So when you get association with bad people, what will happen? You will also get bad qualities. For example, I will tell you. There is one iron metal. Yes, if you put this iron metal in salt water, what will happen? In salt water, what will happen? It will become rust. Yes, but if you put same iron metal in the fire, what will happen? And you can make the a thing what you want to do. Make like you can make a uh, steel iron chair, okay, one instrument. So we should understand that one, our association with whom we are getting associate, that is very important. Many times we have seen in ISKCON, mainly brahmacharis feeling, not only brahmacharis, everybody says that, oh Prabhu, these people, fallen souls, we need to go and protect them. Yeah, you need to protect them, but how? Not alone. Yes, if somebody is drowning in the water, Prabhu, if you don't know how to swim, then how you can protect that guy? So you should have the support of seniors. If something is happening to you, they will protect you. Yes. So one time, what happened in ISKCON, one brahmachari went for the book distribution, and the senior brahmachari also went. So I heard that you need to give only 30 to 3 minutes maximum time to distribute a book. So he was speaking for five with a young girl, speaking for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So that senior Vaishnava came and asked, why you are speaking so much of time with that girl? He was explaining, Prabhu, she is very enthusiastic. So if she is enthusiastic, give the card of our temple, she will come and some other Matajis will take care. And he was saying that one, Prabhu, this one, we need to help her or something. So after some days, both got into chatting in WhatsApp. That brahmachari left the brahmachari ashram and got married to that girl. So here we should also understand that the power of Maya is so strong. Tell me, what is the strength of the austerity of a ISKCON brahmachari and the strength of the austerity of Vishwamitra, who had done the austerities for 60,000 years? If you compare to his austerities, what type of austerities we are doing? Even after executing of 60,000 years of penances, austerities, still he fell down. 60,000 years. Then what to speak of our normal ISKCON devotee? So it is the thing that, yes, only when you have association with the senior Vaishnavas, then only you can do good things, you can succeed. Parama Pujya Sri Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj says that what your chanting of 16 rounds, do you think that help you to elevate to the Goloka Vrindavana? No. It is only the mercy of Vaishnavas that makes you to go to back home, back to Godhead. You have to chant the rounds. At the same time, the blessings of senior Vaishnavas are so important. And so, Draw Ashwatthama got the association of Duryodhana. So, Duryodhana was always a lag behind in war with the Pandavas. So he was so envious. So to please Duryodhana, Ashwatthama killed 5 sons of Draupadi. So that was happened. And here one more thing, that even though they are very close to Krishna, but still they had to go through so much of material suffering. They exiled from their kingdom. They were almost 13 years in forest, after one year in incognito mode. If they find you, again you need to go for 14 years in forest. That type of punishment they had gone through. But still they are close to Krishna. But they had never requested, please give that wealth. We will want to enjoy or something. But whoever pray to or do devotional service, they will get the opportunity of having material possessions. In Kulashekara, in the Mukundamala Stotra, King Kulashekara says that Natena Purushottame Trijagatam Ekadape Chetasa Sevai Swasya Padasya Data Ripare Narayane Tishtati Yam Kanchit Purushadamam Katipaya Gramesha Alpatadam Sevaye Mrugayamahe Naramaho Mudhavarava Kayam. So, Lord Narayana, Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the chief of all the three planetary systems, like upper planetary, middle, and lower. He is the head of all these planetary systems. If he wants, he can give whatever the benedictions to you. And what we are doing, we are worshipping the people who is the in charge of only one village. By worshipping and by going for work to that person, maybe he will give 3,000 euros, 5,000 euros. Yes? What type of foolish people we are? If you worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you can gain whatever you want. If you see, in the case of Dhruva Maharaj, he worshipped Lord Vishnu and he got the kingdom which is greater than Brahma. So that's the thing. Just in the case, do you know Vibhishan? Vibhishan is the brother of Ravana. Ravana was always against to Lord Ram. Vibhishan has huge devotion to Lord Ram. Both are brothers, Vibhishan and Ravan. So one time Vibhishan told, my dear brother, you have brought so many women, great celestial women to enjoy, but Mother Sita is not like that one. She is very chaste. She is the mother of all the universes. I am requesting you, please take Sita and give to Lord Ram and ask for forgiveness. But Ravana didn't listen. But Vibhishan went to Lord Ram and surrendered to Lord Ram. My dear Lord Ram, I have devotion towards you, and I told to my brother that please give Sita to Lord Ram, but he didn't listen. So immediately Lord Ram took water and gave to Vibhishan that after the war with your brother Ravana, you will be the king of Lanka. Just he went and he surrendered, he got the position of a king of Lanka. So are with the when you are with Krishna, you will get all the things. Why Krishna does not give the material opulence immediately? Because he wants to see your sincerity, and one more thing, he will see how capable to use these Lakshmi or material opulences in a proper way. For example, there is a rich person, his son is very immature. If he is giving every day 1,000 euros, what he will do? He will not only lose the money, he will get spoiled himself also. Yes, by taking drugs, going to brothel houses, or drinking alcoholic, all these things. But when father always keep an eye and observing him, when he grow, when he has maturity, when he trust that my child will properly spend Lakshmi in good cause, then only the father will give Lakshmi. So that is the one point here. And here, if you see in the case of devotees also, Srila Prabhupada says that for outside people, it seems to be devotees are suffering, but actually it is not. Did you understand, Prabhu? In Krishna consciousness, outside people think that we are suffering, but actually we are not. How do you tell this one? How you say that you are not suffering?
Because we know I'm not a body in the spirit soul. So what happens, it's not really a problem because it's a timeline. It's just it goes. So like it's temporary.
Yeah, one is the all the things are temporary. One more thing is we may not wear very high opulent fine clothes. Yes, people think that in material world suffering means not having material possessions. Mainly they concern. Yes, but here whatever the God's mercy we have, we will wear normal clothes. And if you see our way of diet, which is we always eat Krishna Prasad, which is completely sanctified and regulated and sanctioned. Do you know the meaning of sanctioned, sanctified, and regulated? Do you know? Sanctioned means what Krishna had sanctioned vegetarian. Yes, sanctified means which is purified, means when we offer that bhoga to Krishna, it will be sanctified and regulated. What does it mean? Eating what it is necessary for us, not overeating. So these things. Hare Krishna. Do you have any questions? Prabhu?
I still didn't fully get why we not materially suffering. Thank you. You said those two things.
Sri Sri Vijay Gauranga Dayataya ki.
talking about we get prasadam. You get prasadam for free. You get prasadam with regulation,
Sanctioned, sanctified, and regulated.
Yes. But still, I didn't get the main point why you can tell that we are not suffering.
So the thing is here, one more thing, suffering means going through so much of problems in our life, like physically, mentally, or financially. But when you are engaging yourself in the service of Krishna, you are getting happiness. Maybe outside looking, you may not have a lot of material possessions, but internally, you will be very, very happy. If you see, during Krishnastami, many devotees, mainly Indian community, they come with very opulent dresses to come to the temple. Just they will take darshan and they will leave. But devotees just wearing kurta and dhoti, they work a lot for Krishna in kitchen, DT department, cleaning, decoration, everything. Outside, if you see them, these people are wearing and working like anything, hours and hours in kitchens, DT department or decoration. But inside, the devotees are so happy. Yes? That's So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from 7th canto, chapter 1. The Supreme Lord is equal to everyone. Verse number 32. Katamopi na vena syat panchanam purusham prati tasmat kenapi upayena manah krishne niveshayet. Katamopi na vena syat panchanam purusham prati tasmat kenapi upayena manah krishne niveshayet. Katamopi na vena syat panchanam purusham prati tasmat kenapi upayena manah krishne niveshayet. Hare Krishna. Katamopi na vena syat panchanam purusham prati tasmat kenapi upayena manah krishne niveshayet. Katamopi na vena syat panchanam purusham prati Tasmat kenapi upayena Mana Krishne Niveshayet. Leela Mutta Mataji, would you like to receive? Word to word translation. Katama api. Anyone. Na. Not. Vena. The atheistic king Vena. Syat. Would adopt. Panchanam. Of the five previously mentioned. Purusham. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prati. In regard to. Tasmat. Therefore. Kenapi. By anyone. Upayena means manah, the mind. Krishna, in Krishna. Nivesayet, one should fix. Translation. Somehow or other, one must consider the form of Krishna very seriously. Then, by one of the five different processes mentioned above, one can return home back to Godhead. Atheists like King Vena, however, being unable to think of Krishna's form in any of these five ways, cannot attain salvation. Therefore, one must somehow think of Krishna whether in a friendly way or inimically. Patpat. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Impersonalists and atheists always try to circumvent the form of Krishna. Great politicians and philosophers of the modern age even try to banish Krishna from Bhagavad Gita. Consequently, for them there is no salvation. But Krishna's enemies think, here is Krishna, my enemy, I have to kill him. They think of Krishna in his actual form, and thus they attain salvation. Devotees, therefore, who constantly think of Krishna's form are certainly liberated. The only business of the Mayavadi atheist is to make Krishna formless. And consequently, because of this service offense at the lotus feet of Krishna, they cannot expect salvation. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura says in the connection, Tena Shishupaladi Pratikula Bhavam Vidushur Yena Iva Narakam Yatiti Bhavaha. Except for Shishupala, those who go against the regulative principles cannot attain salvation and are surely destined for hellish life. The regulative principles is that one must always think of Krishna whether as a friend or enemy. So, in the translation, Prabhupada mentioned we have to think form of Krishna very seriously. Why?
Because Krishna as a person, individual.
Prabhu? Why we have to think the form of Krishna always, and it is very important.
next to the point of Guru Prabhu, that we maybe get that we get attracted to Krishna. Like if we don't consider the form, Krishna's form, then we consider other material forms.
Yeah, here, yes, Mataji.
You could ask whether we should accept Krishna's form.
Yeah.
What form Krishna's form? The form of Mahamantra, the form of books, the form of his pastimes, his activities. Because if we don't understand the principle of him, the end, get
Yes, very good point, Mataji. For example, if you see, you want to do some service, but you don't know the person, you don't know that his form, then what you will do? What type of service you can offer to him? Well, it is very, very difficult. And in Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita says, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridde Serjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. So Krishna is saying that I sit in the everyone's heart. So, but in the all of the living entities, Krishna stays in the heart of the all living entities. But we don't know how to see that Krishna is situated in the heart as super soul, but we don't know now how to see him. So that's why here Srila Prabhupada mentioned that somehow or other one must consider the form of Krishna very seriously. Then by one of the 5 different processes mentioned above, one can return home back to Godhead. So we don't know the super soul how it's look like, but we know the form of Dvi Bhuja Muralidhara. Dvi means 2, Bhuja means hands, Muralidhara means who hold the flute. Dhara means wearing, Murali means flute. So we have to think that form of Krishna always. And here in the purpose, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that we have to accept the 5 different processes. In the previous verse 7:131, it is mentioned that Narada Muni, Gopya Kamat Bhayat Kamso De Dveshas Chaidyadayo Nupaha Sambandhat Vishnaya Snehat Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam Vibho. So we need to think, my dear King Yudhishthira, the gopis by their lusty desires, Kamsa by his fear, Shishupala and other kings by envy, the Yadus by their family relationship with Krishna, you Pandavas by your great affection for Krishna, and we means devotees. The general devotees by our devotional service have obtained the mercy of Krishna. So, Mataji?
May I ask
Yes, yes, Mataji.
because it's concerning that
Mhm.
how you can explain Sambandha and Sneha?
Mataji, those are technical words. I don't know, Mataji. Sambandha and Sneha. Sambandha means having relation, Sneha means more of friendship. These are the Sanskrit words, but I. Yes, Mataji. If you see in the case of Arjuna and Krishna or coward boys, they're all moreover very close to Krishna in the form of friendship. But Sambandha means moreover like a relation. Betching like Kunti, she's the aunt, like that one. But I am not quite sure, Mataji. And impersonalist and atheist always try to circumvent the form of Krishna. Great politicians and philosophers of the modern age even try to banish Krishna from Bhagavad Gita. So, if you see, they say that always there is no form to the God, there is no God. But even though they are saying those things, but still they are trying to give commentary on Bhagavad Gita. If you see in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Manmana bhav madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaisasi yuktaivam atmanam matparayanaha. So engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me, being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So here, me means, it means that there is some person, he is saying these words, but then how you can try to banish him? Hmm? So that is so foolishness. And even the one of the great Rashtrapati politician in India, his name is Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. He also mentioned that I think Krishna is a normal human. When if a normal human, why he will say that always? Mataji? Why he always says that surrender to me, worship me? Mataji?
You ask me?
No. Like so basically here Krishna is absolute and there is no difference between Krishna's name, as Mataji said, that Krishna's forms and Krishna's qualities, Krishna's pastimes. So this absolute position of Krishna is very difficult to understand for any person who is not a devotee. Unfortunately, until Srila Prabhupada writes Srimad Bhagavad Gita in English, there was so many commentaries. Unfortunately, they were not in disciplic succession. If you are in disciplic succession, then you will come to know the knowledge what exactly it means. Yes, just you have read something or you think something. If you come and give commentary on Bhagavad Gita, you cannot understand the Krishna's words as it is. Yes, because you don't have the connection of Guru Parampara. So if you see all the commentaries who had written on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, they were all in Guru Parampara because the knowledge will transfer from one Guru to another Guru. Such unauthorized commentary upon Bhagavad Gita is known as Mayavadi Bhashya. And Lord Chaitanya has warned us about these unauthorized men. So if you read commentaries of some Mayavadis, atheistic people who are not in disciplic succession, what will happen? They cannot present Krishna message as it is. Basically, the living entity goal is back home, back to Godhead. But if you read their books, they never present this going back home, back to Godhead. Yes, then how you can trust them and how you can follow, and by following them, how you can reach the Goloka Vrindavan? If they don't know the address, how you will take their suggestion and following their words? Where exactly the path is going? That's why it is also mentioned that Avaishnava Mukodhirnam Putam Harikatamrutam Sravanam Naiva Kartavyam Sarpochistam Yatah Payaha. So one should not hear anything about Krishna from a non-devotee. It is like moreover milk touched by a snake. Yes, because he will interpret so many thoughts or ideas. Definitely these ideas will go in somewhere else, not towards Krishna. So that's why it is recommended that don't hear about Krishna and his pastimes from non-authorized persons. If you want to hear, he should be in Vaishnava, should be as a Vaishnava, and he should be in disciplic succession. Then only the knowledge will pass. So the only business of Mayavadi atheist is to make Krishna formless. And consequently, because of this service offense at the lotus feet of Krishna, they cannot expect salvation. If you don't know the higher goal, how you can go to that level? Yes. And in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna clearly says, Mamaivamso jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha manakshastani indriyani prakritistani karsati. The living entities in the conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Krishna is saying that they are saying that Krishna is Krishna has no form. They are trying to do that one. But Krishna is saying that these are all my fragmental living entities. It means that he has a person and these all living entities are his part and parcels. Yes. That's why in Vedas also it is mentioned that Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. The Lord is the chief individual being, the leader of the subordinate living entities. Because the living entities are parts of samples of God, their qualities are not different from those of the Supreme Lord. If you see, our qualities also almost similar to the Lord Krishna, but the quantity is very small because we are very small living entities. That's why our capabilities are also very small. If you see, Krishna control all the universes. As a living entity, we have also some control on some people. For example, if you working as a manager in a company, you have some control on the people who are working under you. Yes. If the chief of the company, he has more control. If the prime minister of the country, he has more control. So that's the thing. And Krishna is Vibhu, we are Anu. Vibhu means unlimited. We are Anu means very small particle. So here Srila Prabhupada was mentioning that always we have to engage ourselves or think of Krishna. Do you know how it's possible? How you can engage yourself? Think of Krishna. Mhm,
worship the
mhm,
deities,
mhm.
can read so a lot of things. And we see here, you are thinking about
So our great Ambarish Maharaj, he mentioned that Savai Manah Krishna Padara Vindayor Vacham Sivai Kunte Gunarno Varnayor Karo Harer Mandira Marjanadisu Srutim Chakarachita Satkatodaya Mukunda Lingavaya Darshine Drisho Tadbhutya Gatra Sparsenga Sangamam Granancha Tatpada Saroja Saurabe Srimat Tulasya Rasanam Padatkrute Pado Harer Kshetra Padanu Sarpane Shiro Rishikesha Padanu Vandane Kamam Cha Dasena Kamya Yatottama Sloka Jana Shreyaratihi. So Maharaj Ambarish saying that always engage his mind in meditating upon the Lord feet of Krishna. His words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleaning the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna or about Krishna. He engaged his eyes in seeing the deity of Krishna, Krishna's temples, and Krishna's places like Mathura and Vrindavana. He engaged his senses of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulasi offered to the Lord, and he engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasada. He engaged his legs in walking to the temple, holy places, and the temples of the Lord. His head is bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaj Ambarisha never desired anything for his own sense gratification. So, if you see the way how Ambarish Maharaj had engaged all his limbs of the body in the service of Krishna, so that in when we engage also that one, we can be also always in thinking of Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada one time, when Mahatma Das had written a letter to Srila Prabhupada, like Srila Prabhupada told, depend on Krishna to think of Krishna. So it was letter from Mahatma Das Prabhuji. So in early days, Prabhuji was going to book distribution Sankirtan. When he was on the streets, he was always thinking of Krishna. When he came back to temple, he was engaged in so many activities. He was not thinking of Krishna. Moreover, he was in anxiety. So he had written a letter to Srila Prabhupada that Prabhupada give me a suggestion that how I can think more of Krishna, because when I am in the streets I think more about Krishna, but when I am in temple I always engage in different activities. Should I reduce the service to think more about Krishna? Prabhupada had written that so you have to depend on Krishna to think of Krishna. For example, you are a temple president, you should pray to Krishna that Krishna, please make me qualify to be as a temple president, so that other devotees also will follow me, like as an inspiration, they will also take. Without those qualifications, it is very difficult to lead the temple more days. Because somebody, authorities means they should be as an inspiration to others. So that's the thing. So Srila Prabhupada always saying that pray to Krishna that I can always be in thinking of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Any have any questions, Prabhu? Comments? Yes.
You were speaking about, and it's also said in the Shastras about that we have the same qualities, like as we as a soul have the same qualities as Krishna, just limited quantity. How do these same qualities manifest? So what are they and how do they manifest? Is it only this eternal, blissful and full of knowledge? Or what is meant by those qualities?
The living entities qualities. Mataji, what are the qualities of living entities?
Blissful, eternal, and full knowledge. The same, like deep in the material.
So could you please repeat the question once again?
Yes. What is meant by the same? What is meant by that we have the same qualities as Krishna? We have limited quantity, but we have same quality. What does it mean? What does it refer to?
Krishna is God. We are many. Because he is God, we are his children, we should have his qualities, so it's normal to have his qualities. But we are not gods, we are only his children. Yes? And that's why we have the same qualities, but they are many in quantity. When they are many in quantity, we share his qualities between us, very tiny, tiny, tiny parcels and parts of him. To show us that is all the time, to show us the difference, to make us, to put us in the humble position. Yes, and we are in the humble position, but we're not aware of it. We are in the humble position. Because if we don't know we're in humble position, we can't be generous or can't be the servants of devotees. Everybody has his quality, but his quality, he doesn't have our quality. We have his.
Prabhuji, if you see, what are the qualities of God? He is very rich, he is handsome, he is very knowledgeable, he is compassionate. There are 6 qualities in that way.
Nekad hingaven 64 seine schönen besten Qualitäten beschrieben. Und davon kann ein Lebewesen bis zu 45% auch besitzt dieselben Qualitäten.
So, Bhagavan means, Bhaga means uh, like wealth or something. One means who possess. So it mentioned around, as Mataji mentioned, it's a 64 qualities, and at the same time, Bhagavan means like a, who has all the knowledgeable, handsome, richness, all, there were 3 other,
Opulence.
yeah. So if you compare as a living entity, we have also little bit knowledge compared to Krishna. We have also a little bit of opulence compared to Krishna. So if you see with those qualities we have, but our limitations are very, very high. For example, if you take the water of a water drop of a ocean, drop is very small, but the qualities are same to the ocean. That's the thing. If you see, there are rich people in the world, but they are not at all equal to Krishna. Krishna's riches are so high. Mataji?
There is one more thing. For us to be a good servant, very good servant for Krishna, but first the devotees, we should feel the affection. To serve devotees without affection is not possible, not robots. Yes, and to know this affection, we know that we are only small parts of him. To intensify his feeling of separation from him, service and separation from him. It is always, it can't be different. It's always separation. Down and away. But to make our affection more and more, to intensify our affection, because we underline everything that his qualities. But we are many. He is one. He is how to say, not reachable directly, but he is reachable for us only when we are trying to develop his qualities. That's why we have these lessons, to intensify all our qualities, these qualities that we might not have all. Because there is difference between opulences 6 and his all qualities. Opulences, they are more about Krishna. To try motivated, has this tendency to serve Krishna with love and affection, should use. Doesn't matter if they are famous, he's famous, he's rich. We're not, we give everything. This aspect of separation. Many and funny. But he is one. We want to reach him, we want to serve him directly, not possible. That's why we're serving through the devotees. And by this service, we're developing qualities that are the same as Krishna's. Sneha, there's really undervast about Sneha. Yeah, because Sneha is that is one of the stages about.
Mother, you want to say something?
Krishna Veni, weiter lernen, wieso man Liebe
Rudy? Did you get it?
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
रंद्रा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Okay, then,